We're diving deep. You already know we're diving deep. The topic that is on my mind is lunar eclipse and all of the changes the moon goes through while experiencing a lunar eclipse. What I am getting ready to share, I haven't been able to locate in any astrological text. So this is coming straight from my perspective, from my experience, and from my observations while studying this unique and peculiar energy. You see, when a lunar eclipse takes place, the moon goes on her menstrual cycle. At least that's what it appears to be to me, because that moon, our moon, La Luna, turned red, roja, in tint and color. The moon was red. I went outside. I looked at the moon. I have witnesses. My children came out there too. They looked at the moon. We saw red. My children got tired. They were sleepy. They went back to bed. Mama stayed up. She did yoga and witnessed the moon go from red to black to waxing crescent and all of the phases in between back to full. Now I know that what I'm saying right here, this might sound a little bit strange unless you witness this with your own two eyes. What I'm saying is that when a lunar eclipse takes place, the moon goes through every single cycle, through the lunation 28-day cycle. When we're talking about going from new to full, during a lunar, as depicted on this oracle card, this astrological oracle card that I am showing to you right here. Do you see all of these different phases that is depicted on this card? I remember looking at this card and not really understanding the depths here of what was being shared with me until I went outside on what's this, May 15th, really 16th, as we was going into midnight on that evening, and saw with my own eyes that the moon was red, and then saw how these phases are depicted here on this card. This is what the moon was doing within a matter of a couple of hours on that evening of a lunar eclipse. Now, this is of utmost importance to me personally, because I am an old wise one, and there are lots of other old wise ones who have been taught, who have been told that lunar eclipse energy is just way too many variables that are taking place on this particular day. This may not be the day that you want to work a magic ritual, a magical rite. And of course, when somebody says and cautions, against doing so, that piqued my interest as to why would one feel that way? Because this is a very powerful night. When else do you get to see the moon turn red and then go through all of the phases in her lunation cycle within a couple of hours versus the standard issued 28 days? Like, this was, wow, this is a magnificent sight to see indeed. So I experimented because I'm an alchemist and scientist. So I sat up underneath of the moon while it was red, and did yoga as it went black and then waxed back to full once again. And the power that was radiating off of the moon was just wow. It was definitely something that I could feel. My body was shaking, but I stayed out there like a champ and was looking at that moon and doing my best to integrate and absorb the energy and to get a better understanding as to what exactly this energy means for a woman and for humanity as a whole. And as you see, the one concept that we are asked to focus on this particular oracle card is the word change. How fitting is that? Because the moon definitely went through changes on that day. And here is what has come to me through meditations and supplications, and I'm still meditating and supplicating on this energy. I may have to do a part 2 as I get a little bit further down the road here. But as for right now, I know that lunar eclipse energy is a powerful signature to tap into when one is wanting to make a quick, sudden, drastic change within their life experiences. And this is the perfect night to do it because the moon is leading by example, and she's showing you just how quickly one is able to shift and change form. Did I tell you that the moon went through her 28-day cycle within a matter of a couple of hours? It's probably difficult for you to even really grasp the full extent of what it is I am trying to tell you here, unless you witnessed it for yourself. So I believe, if I have my dates correct, there will be another lunar eclipse taking place on November 8th.